Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Speed Champions Mercedes-AMG G63 versus SL63. Not necessarily versus, but they do come together in a single pack. My box came just a little bit banged up, but this has 808 pieces and I paid $45 US for it. The driver minifigures each have exclusive AMG themed torso prints on the front and the back. No alternate faces for either of these though. The SL is one of the smoothest cars that I think I've ever seen LEGO make, especially at a scale that's minifig compatible. This is just in the standard 8 wide size, but the shape of this in particular lends itself really, really well to the current parts that they have available. And thankfully they did rely pretty strongly upon prints where they were needed. So you got print here. These two small things are stickers. This is sticker, but you get prints here for the curves, also prints for these small pieces at the front. The little cheese slopes there on either side, those are printed, and those are actually different prints as well. Really nicely built up, physically built up grille here, with the exception of the print for the Mercedes-Benz logo there in the center. And underneath, you actually have an engine compartment. I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can see there. It lets you see how the grille was built up and is attached, but this is kind of how engine compartments tend to be these days, with a big fascia just over the top. You got another sticker in there representing AMG. On the inside, this is shaped up pretty well and it's pretty satisfactorily covered with black. Even though the sides are pretty thin, they were able to avoid thickening it up or showing you too much of the colors that you don't want to see that were used to build it up. So this actually has another print right there for the center console. Sticker is used for the gear shift, but yes, this does have space for 3 minifigures. So you can have 2 side by side and 1 in the back, which is pretty good. This does not open up back here, but again, just overall, this felt very satisfying to me to look at once it was done. And it didn't take too long because this used really a fraction of the pieces in the set. Honestly, it does rely heavily on this one single large chassis piece that is the most recent version. And I do like how the wheels are done as well. Just a little hint of that silver around the side. This is most of what you're paying for though, the G-Wagon, the G63. And this thing is massive. Not only is it significantly larger than the Roadster, which it absolutely should be, but just compared to the size of a minifigure, the floor of this is like here, it's halfway up. So this thing is, it's large, but it's also very, very heavy. But it's fully built up. I'm really happy that they did not rely heavily on super specialized pieces here, and also did not rely too heavily on the fact that these are boxy vehicles in real life. The sides here are angled in. So this is angled in. This is angled in on the side as well. It has some smaller details in here as well, such as the stripe of gunmetal gray or the dark pearl gray going right through the center of the body. That's a print right there for the small logo. You have the suggestion of a door handle even, with a roller skate piece that's embedded in there. They use a silver lacquer or coating, plating on these pieces here to represent the exhaust tips out the side. The fenders are fully built up. So they've got some little spoiler pieces that are used here, and also tiles, and they're shaped up pretty well. You can see some of how that's placed in there if you look at it directly from the side. But from most angles, it's not too intrusive, too obtrusive, doesn't show up too much. You got the details for the windshield wipers there. Once again, a built-up grille. So this is larger in scale. It's actually a darker color, not the exact same print here. Darker color used for the lighter color within the print. Prints for the headlights once again also. And this one also has an openable engine compartment. A little bit more detail in there, some greebling back around the back, detail for the sake of detail, which is good. And another just for the engine, general cover there, the plastic piece that goes over the tops, another sticker for that. Everything fits together pretty well with minimal gaps. The worst gaps are around the wheels, between the tires really, and the fenders themselves. It's not too bad, but when you look at it like that, where everything's plenty bright, then you can see it. But from most angles, shadow fills up that space. This is kind of an older style of wheel insert, but it works. Nice to see it again. Nice to see it working. These doors do not actually open, but you can take easily the entire roof off, which is built up a little bit more nicely and more interestingly than it absolutely needed to be, with some studs on the side. Construction there as well with the panel pieces to create this little bit of lip that most of it is sitting on. And inside you've got space for 4 figures, front to back, side to side. and also space for cargo behind there. You can see just how high up the figures are seated relative to the floor. Again, it's about half of the distance of the height of the side of the body. Sticker is used in there for the center console this time, rather than a combination of sticker and print. And gunmetal gray is used here, the dark pearl gray. Gunmetal gray is used back here for the spare tire holder. This is a sticker. These are all stickers for the decorations on the back as well. But just generally, I think more went into this than I expected for what is kind of a Lego looking, very boxy vehicle, in real life. Again, this was $45 US for 808 pieces, and that is cheaper than buying individual single car packs. And this one might have just a few less pieces than a typical Speed Champions $27 car does today, but this has a lot more. And you're paying less than 2 single packs here. So overall, I think you're getting, relatively speaking, by 2024 standards, a very good value here. I'm happy with both, even though I'm not a big fan of either vehicle in real life, so I'm not biased in their favor. The builds were very, very good. I think the job that was done by the designer is pretty excellent in both cases. So I'm happy with this. I think if you like what you see, it's going to be worth your purchase, especially once you start putting those parts together. You get to that last step and you're able to just step back and look at it and realize that, wow, this is Lego. That's cool. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.